COVID-19 left nobody untouched. As countries closed their borders, tourism was brought to a sudden standstill. Putting more than 100 million direct jobs at risk. To face this unprecedented challenge, tourism needed a single strong voice. UNWTO provided this and united the global tourism sector like never before. In March, a UNWTO delegation travelled to Geneva to meet the Director General of the World Health Organization. This was to be the last high-level delegation the WHO welcomed, as it officially declared a pandemic the following day. This meeting laid the foundations for a united response to containing COVID-19 and mitigating its impact on public health and livelihoods. UNWTO wasted no time in establishing the Global Tourism Crisis Committee. 5 meetings of this landmark committee held from March to May united governments, businesses and international organizations to address a challenge unprecedented in scale. They also provided a platform to map a common path forward, emphasizing cooperation between countries and between governments and private businesses. The Global Tourism Crisis Committee recommended the insights to create the UNWTO Recommendations for Action, a response framework for members, the tourism sector, and partner UN agencies. These were followed by the Global Guidelines to Restart Tourism, launched when the tourism world needed clear and strong advice and leadership to prepare a sustainable comeback. In addition, an update to the UNWTO 2030 Agenda for Africa and the Tourism Recovery Technical Assistance Package made clear how UNWTO can help both destinations and businesses put the guidelines into action. The COVID-19 Technical Assistance Package has already received requests from 25 member states and 7 donor organizations. The package preceded joining forces with the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development to facilitate the recovery of tourism in 13 nations. Added to the already ongoing projects, by the end of this year, the UNWTO Technical Assistance Portfolio will total 60 projects, benefiting 44 countries, trebling the operating budget to $11.3 million. From the start of the crisis, UNWTO also made sure tourism was a part of the conversation at the very highest political level. Through interventions at the G20 and the European Commission and ongoing dialogue with leaders from across the world, UNWTO made a strong call for concrete actions, not just words. To help governments and the private sector to make the right decisions at the right time, UNWTO continuously monitored the pandemic and its real-time effects on global tourism. UNWTO produced a wide range of insights to assist members and the sector face up to the challenge. Trusted sources of data intelligence like the travel restrictions reports and the data dashboard kept track of a fast-evolving situation. Since the start of the crisis, the UNWTO World Tourism Barometer has been released monthly instead of quarterly. Alongside this, relevant practical examples on how countries are addressing the crisis are provided through the Monitor of Policies to Support Tourism. In light of the new reality, seminars became webinars, allowing UNWTO to share its expertise widely and safely, providing participants with the necessary skills to face the challenge ahead. Recognizing that vulnerable groups are likely to be hardest hit by the crisis, UNWTO called a special meeting of the World Committee on Tourism Ethics. Here, members committed to guaranteeing fairness, inclusivity and equality in their response to COVID-19. Also especially vulnerable are small island developing states, many of which rely heavily on tourism for jobs and economic growth. The first in a series of special briefing notes produced by UNWTO focused on protecting livelihoods in SIDS. UNWTO highlighted the global tourism sector's responsibility and its determination to grow back better. The #TravelTomorrow campaign made this clear. Travel Tomorrow was shared around the world. Governments, tourism organizations, media, businesses, and individual tourists made it their own. CNN International partnered with UNWTO for an unprecedented communications campaign, bringing the Travel Tomorrow message to millions of homes around the world. From the start, UNWTO has been the leading source of tourism intelligence for the wider UN system, as well as for the IMF, the OECD, and many other international organizations. These outputs were also highlighted as member states met for the 2020 regional commissions. These virtual events deepened direct UNWTO support to members as they face up to COVID-19 and restart tourism when conditions are right. UNWTO was commended by its efforts by the UN Secretary-General himself, with a first and unprecedented support of the organization and of tourism.
Tourism can promote solidarity and trust, crucial ingredients in advancing the global cooperation that is so urgently needed at this time. The United Nations World Tourism Organization is strongly committed to this work. I encourage all those involved in the tourism sector to explore how we can recover better, including through climate action and other steps that advance sustainability and build resilience.